Hello and welcome to Studies in Theatre MOOCs program. We are into the discussion of schools of acting today in this lecture. So students, you have already seen that I have discussed with you various kinds of theatre genres and various kinds of influences on the evolution of theatre principles, theatre processes. So it is very crucial to see how in last couple of decades, let us say 100 years or so, there have been evolution of theatre uh, principles in different parts of the world, and these are called as schools of acting. So schools of acting is a term that does not refer to only a building here, rather it refers to sets of principles that a certain pioneer is propagating to be pursued. So we consider this under studies in approaches of theatre. We also looked at various kinds of classical Greek tradition and Sanskrit theatre tradition. So these are two sets of principles which are dominating the different schools of acting and different traditions in the modern world as well. But owing to different kinds of changes all around and the different needs that have taken birth, different sensibilities that have taken birth, there is an emergence of schools of acting because of these reasons, because the theatre is full of creativity and actors, directors, they are trying to tell stories with different kinds of experiences and different methods of styles with their audience. So there are different approaches, different schools that have varied ideas, and they try to act according to their ideas. So in this league, the first one is Stanislavski's method. Now Stanislavski is an actor and director who developed this approach. The name is Stanislavski and method, and this is after him. This method is also known as Stanislavski system or Stanislavski system. It refers to techniques and principles that are developed by this Russian actor and theatre director. His full name is Konstantin Stanislavski, and he is considered very important figure in the theory and practice of theatre in 20th century, and even today his influence is visible. So what he postulates is that the idea of his idea is based on creating believable, emotionally truthful performances by encouraging actors to delve deeply into their characters' inner lives and motivations. This method emphasizes the importance of psychological realism and the actor's ability to fully inhabit the characters that they are portraying. The key elements of this method are: number one, emotional memory or affective memory. So this technique involves actors recalling personal memories and emotions from their own lives and using them to evoke the feeling of any genuine emotion. Like if somebody has to perform sadness, then it is suggested in this method to think of something sad in your own life as an actor and then revisit that pain, revisit that feeling. That will make you act in a very real way. The emotions will be genuine. And the second aspect is given circumstances. That is, he emphasized the importance of understanding the circumstances surrounding a character's actions, including their background, relationships, and motivations. Actors are encouraged to thoroughly research and analyze their characters, their background, so that there is an understanding of how this character would behave in a certain surrounding, certain motivation, certain situation. So it's like, you know, connecting with the character like a real life person, and then think of that character as how things would be in his life or her life. Then objective and super objective aspects are important in Stanislavski method, because he encouraged actors to identify their characters' objectives, means what they want to achieve in a scene. So there is a particular scene, and when you are acting, what is it that you want to achieve out of that scene? And super objective means the overarching goal or desire that drives the character throughout the entire play. Understanding these objectives helps actors to make clear and purposeful choices in their performances. In addition to this, Stanislavski also believed that actors needed to be physically and mentally relaxed in order to fully inhabit their characters and connect with their emotions. Techniques such as relaxation exercises, focus concentration exercises, they are done to help the actors to achieve a certain heightened awareness of emotional response and presence on the stage. In addition to this, there is ensemble work, that is emphasizing the importance of collaboration and ensemble work in creating a cohesive and believable theatrical experience. Actors are advised to work together in collaboration as a team, responding to each other's emotions and responding to each other's performance as a unified whole. So this is the information about Stanislavski's method. You can see that there is a play by Eugene O'Neill which has this particular picture taken for that, Long Day's Journey into Night, represented through Stanislavski method. And Stanislavski's method was very influential in popularizing Chekhov's plays. They were performed with his method a lot. Then we move on to next method, and that is Lee Strasberg's method, an American director and acting teacher. His method is often referred to as the method or method acting. It is a widely recognized approach to acting that was popularized by Strasberg. He was prominent in the group theater, and later became the artistic director of the Actors Studio in New York City. His method heavily draws from teaching of Konstantin Stanislavski, but he also incorporates his other ideas, other acting theorists' ideas and practitioners, as well as Strasberg's own insights and experiences. The first thing again here is emotional memory or sense memory. It is similar to Stanislavski's emotion memory technique, where Strasberg's method encourages actors to draw upon their emotional experiences to portray the emotions of their characters authentically. Actors are encouraged to recall sensory details, like when something happened, how did they feel, like what was the feel on their body, what was like, that kind of sensory feel is also recalled in order to emote out the emotions of a certain character. Then methods of physical actions. Strasberg emphasized the method of physicality in acting because he believed that physical actions could help actors access and experience emotions more effectively. He also encouraged to explore the physical gestures, movements and actions that their characters might perform, allowing them to embody characters more fully. So physicality of actors in addition to the emotional recall is one quality of Strasberg's method or method acting style. Then he also advocated for the use of substitution. This involves finding a personal experience or emotion that is similar to what the character is experiencing and using it as a substitute to evoke the appropriate emotional response. Relaxation and concentration are important in this method also. It's very crucial to have a control over impulses and regulate the impulses according to the need of the characters. Then immersion in character is significant because he encourages actors to immerse themselves fully in their characters' lives, thoughts, and emotions. This often involves extensive research into the characters' background, motivations, relationships, as well as willingness to explore and experiment with different aspects of characters' personality. Maybe there is a character who's romantic, but his other persona will help the actor to perform that romantic aspect, because there are multiple personalities in human beings. So all kinds of aspects of a single personality are to be explored and researched in order to have a power on this acting. Then emotional truthfulness is the next level, where actors are encouraged to strive for authenticity and honesty in their performances, drawing upon their own experiences, emotions. So whatever they are doing is not some kind of make believe, but it is something that they have felt, and then they are emoting it out and expressing it out in the form of whatever actions they do on stage. Many renowned actors like Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, they studied with Strasberg and they were influenced by his teaching. So there have been a lot of criticism and controversies. These methods are not absolutely flawless, but just for the sake of sharing them with you, I am presenting them here. You can use this chart here, presented here, which I have taken from a source on the internet, and you can emote this out, use for your practice if you are interested. Now moving on, Stella Adler's technique, an American actor and acting teacher, her approach focuses more on body language in conveying characters' traits and emotions. And she is influential because she was prominent member of the group theatre, again a New York based theatre collective, which is very famous for its commitment to naturalistic acting and social realism. She also founded Stella Adler Studio of Acting in New York City, where she taught her technique to countless people. In this method, she also is in the same league with Stanislavski and Strasberg, but there are some of her different principles. Some of the key features are, like, first of all, imagination. This is central to Adler's approach of idea that actors must have a strong and vivid imagination, that they are able to visualize a certain persona, certain scenario. That is important for an actor. And this includes factors such as the character's background, relationships, and the social and historical context in which the story takes place. In addition to this, she also encourages the actors to go for a script analysis, thoroughly analyzing the script to understand the character's objectives, obstacles, and overall arc of the formation of a particular character. She believed that actors should pay attention to both their physicality and vocal expression. So she is very particular in her method about physicality as well as word expression. So developing physical habits and gestures that reflect the certain character's personality, as well as exploring vocal techniques to convey emotion and intention. Because people have different kinds of idiosyncrasies in their body language. They have certain gimmicks, they have certain habits that help in formation of a character's persona, and this needs to be studied according to Adler and incorporated in the method of acting. Then she also prioritizes imagination and script analysis, but she believed in the importance of emotional authenticity in acting, and actors are encouraged to tap into their own emotions and experiences to bring truth and depth to their performances, but without relying solely on personal emotional memory, which was the case in the previous two methods. The personal memory was heavily depended upon, but here she wants to bring out the truth and depth to their performance by their own emotions and experiences. In addition to this, she terms something called the actor's responsibility, which she believes that actors have a responsibility to engage with the world around them and to use their craft to illuminate truths about the human condition. She encouraged actors to be socially and politically aware and to use their work as a means of promoting empathy and understanding and social change. Then moving on, we have Uta Hagen's approach. She is a German American actress and drama teacher. She explained that her acting approach in the book called Respect for Acting. And in her technique, the main thing, first of all, is substitution. Because Hagen advocated for the use of substitution as a tool for actors to connect with the characters' emotions and experiences. This involves finding personal experiences or memories that resonate with characters' circumstances and using them to evoke authentic emotions in performance. Then another aspect that she propagates is obstacle and objective. This is something central to her tenets. Objective means what the character wants, and obstacle means what stands in the way of achieving the objective. Actors are encouraged to identify that characters' objectives and obstacles should in each sense. So, as well as the tactics that they employ to overcome them. In addition to this, one more aspect of his method is specificity. And Hagen emphasized the importance of specificity in acting, encouraging actors to be precise and detailed in their choices. This includes specific actions, physical gestures, vocal choices, emotional nuances that bring the character to life in a vivid and authentic way. Then moment-to-moment truth is something that Hagen propagates because she believes in the importance of living truthfully in the imaginary circumstances of the present moment rather than relying on the preconceived ideas or planned emotions. Actors are encouraged to respond honestly and spontaneously to their scene partners and the given circumstances of the scene. And having the sense of reality is important in Hagen's method because she valued a sense of reality and believability in performance and while encouraging her actors to ground their work in truth and authenticity. She believed that actors should strive to make their characters' emotions and actions feel genuine and relatable to the audience. In addition to this, character analysis is also crucial for Uta Hagen's approach or Uta Hagen's method. Then we have Mikhail Chekhov's technique, who is a Russian actor, and he was the nephew of the playwright Anton Chekhov. He was director, actor and teacher. He developed his unique approach or acting as Mikhail Chekhov technique. This technique is based on synthesis of Chekhov's own experiences as an actor while he studied at Stanislavski's system and the exploration of other artistic disciplines such as movement, voice, imagination. The important aspect of his method is psychological gesture, which involves using physical movement to embody a character's inner emotional state or objective. Actors create a specific gesture or movement that represents the character's psychological state, allowing them to access emotions and intentions more directly. For example, if a character has had a nervous breakdown or has some kind of complexity in personality, so there is this twitching of eyebrows in a thoughtful moment. This kind of physical actions to represent the inner psychological state is this gesture idea or the movement or a particular movement. Then imaginary body is also a principle that Chekhov postulated, and he emphasized that the actor should have a vivid inner life to use, and they should use it to their imagination to create a sense of truth and spontaneity in their performances. So an actor should live a life within, and it should be a vivid life full of pictures, colors, people and realities. And this concept of imaginary body involves visualizing, experiencing the character's physicality in the mind's eye. So you have to, as an actor, imagine the character's body in your own mind, and this will allow you to embody the characters more fully. Then another principle that he propagates is centers and qualities, because he believed that every character possesses certain energetic qualities or centers, such as the feeling of form, the feeling of ease, and the feeling of beauty. By exploring these qualities and centers, actors can develop a deeper understanding of their characters' motivations and behaviors as well as relationships. Atmosphere is crucial in his method, because he believes in creating a specific atmosphere or a mood in a scene that influences the emotional and psychological dynamics between actors. And actors work to cultivate a sense of atmosphere in his method through their physicality, vocal expressions, and interactions. Another aspect is archetypal gesture, wherein he believes that by tapping into the archetypes to symbols, universal symbols, we can create performances that resonate on a deeper or more symbolic level. Chekhov also believed that transformative power of acting is very powerful. He thinks that actors should step into the shoes of different characters and explore new aspects of themselves, because when an actor remains the person that he is or she is, then he or she is not able to explore the undiscovered aspects of his or her personality, which is like an inner gesture, and that needs to be discovered as the core essence or inner truth of a character. This can be expressed through movement, voice, and emotion. Then we have Anne Bogart's viewpoints. This is an American director who introduced viewpoint technique. And the viewpoints are based on the observations of the choreographer. There was a choreographer, Mary Overly, and were further developed and adapted by Bogart for use in theatrical practice. The important notions in this method are: number one is spatial relationship. Spatial as in related to space. So viewpoints emphasizes the exploration of space and how actors interact with it. This includes considerations of proximity, orientation, levels, and spatial dynamics. Actors and performers are encouraged to experiment with different spatial and configurations and relationships to create meaning and impact. In addition to this, kinesthetic response is another aspect of Anne Bogart's viewpoints, because this encourages actors to be attuned to their own bodies and to respond instinctively to movement impulses. This involves cultivating a heightened awareness of physical sensations, gestures, and impulses, and using them as the basis for expressive movement and action. Then she also believes in tempo, referring to the speed or pace of movement and action in performance. Viewpoint method encourages actors to experiment with different tempos, rhythms, and pacing to create variety, tension, and emphasis. This includes exploring moments of stillness and silence, as well as moments of rapid movement and energy. Duration relates to, for viewpoint method, duration relates to the length or duration of movements, actions, and scenes. So viewpoints encourages actors to explore variations in duration, including moments of extended duration such as sustained movement or prolonged silence, and moments of rapid or fleeting duration such as quick gesture or rapid changes in direction. This makes the acting fascinating according to Anne Bogart. Then the another principle in this process is shape. Shape refers to the physical forms and patterns created by actors' bodies and movements. Viewpoints encourages actors to experiment with different shapes, configurations, compositions to create visually striking and expressive images. So one has to imagine oneself as an actor, like if you are sitting, are we making a beautiful triangle? Are we making a circle on the on the stage? Are we making a straight line with our motion, with our movement? So this includes, creating visually striking, expressive images, but also leading to symmetry, asymmetry, repetition, and variation in movement, patterns, and gestures. Then what she calls is ensemble collaboration. Central to viewpoints is this idea of ensemble collaboration, where viewpoints provides a shared vocabulary and framework for performers to work together, co-create, and respond to one another in the moment. This collaborative approach fosters a sense of unity and allows for spontaneous, organic creativity to emerge. You can see this beautiful picture that represents this idea of shapes, how different kinds of shapes are made on the Anne Bogart's viewpoints method according to that. These are her ideas: space, focus on each individual shape, story, stems, vocal. You can read this in detail and make use of this. Then there is Jacques Lecoq's method. Jacques Lecoq was a French actor, mime and theatre director known for his innovative approach to physical theatre and movement training. He founded the International School of Theatre, Jacques Lecoq, in Paris, where he developed a unique method that emphasized the expressive potential of the body and creation of original physical theatre pieces. Some of the basic identities of his system are physical expression. So he believed in the power of body as a primary tool for expression in theatre instead of voice or inner reality. His method focuses on developing actors' physicality, movement, gesture as means of communication in order to learn to express emotions, etc. Then there is a method, a technique that he calls neutral mask, which is a central element of his method. It is a simple expressionless mask that actors wear to explore physicality, presence and fundamental qualities of movement. So wear the mask and then you explore the characters characters presence on the stage. So in that method there will be a focus on the body. Then mime and gesture is another aspect of his method. Ensemble collaboration is crucial to Jacques Lecoq's method also, and one significant feature is clowning. He integrated elements of clowning into his training method, exploring the playful, absurd and comedic aspects of human behavior. Actors learn to embrace spontaneity, vulnerability and humor as they embody clown characters and engage with audience in the direct or indirect manner. Then physical dramaturgy is important for him because he emphasizes the use of movement, space, gesture, and he wants actors to learn their bodies and physicality to shape the narrative, creating rich and visually compelling theatrical experience. Other methods include like the Maestros technique, where he's also an American teacher, and in this method repetition exercises, living truthfully, emotional preparation, listening and reacting, and moment to moment truth, the reality of doing the action. These are the total aspects of Maestros technique, and he had a significant impact on actor training and contemporary theatre. influencing a lot of actors. His emphasis on emotional truth, active listening, and moment to moment reality, they are even today very much propagated. Again, actors like Robert Duvall, Diane Keaton, Jeff Goldblum, they studied his method and they use them in their teachings, in their workings. Then of course you have classical acting situations like based on ancient Greek and Roman tradition, and I have already spoken a lot about it, so I will not discuss this in detail, but I want you to keep this in mind. Therefore I have given you this thing, because here plays were in verse and prose, rhetorical devices were used to prepare the actors for acting, vocal techniques were followed to prepare the actors, physicality and gesture was also part of training, emotional truth was also aimed to be tapped, and historical and cultural context of the plays that were performed were also encouraged to be studied by the actors. So these are all acting schools important for you to understand if you are interested in acting or acting research or theatre research. So this much for today. I'll meet you in a different lecture. I hope you have benefited from this discussion. Thank you very much.